Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I'm joined by three special guests. I've got three cute little foster kitties. This one is Luna, and this one's Scoot, and then we've got Cheerio, who's just right down here. Cheerio is the shy one, and she's not usually all up in my face like the other two, but they're all very sweet, lovely kitties, and they're gonna be probably interrupting a few times during this reading, so I hope you like kittens. Okay, so let's start the reading. I'm gonna draw three cards. I'm using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot for this reading, and we're just gonna get a little bit of insight into the week ahead and what we can expect over the next 7 days or so. Okay, so let's start with the first card. Okay, Scoot, maybe you can come onto my lap. I know you want lots of pets. Ugh. So the first card that we have, I'm just gonna straighten out my camera here. The first card we have is 10 of Pentacles. And 10 of Pentacles, it's kind of an interesting card to start the week with, because I think of the 10s as being kind of the end of something, like the end of a cycle, kind of wrapping things up, that sort of a thing. So it's always interesting when we start with a 10. So the 10 of Pentacles, I often associate this card with, I guess what I want to say is like the marketplace, society, or community. And I feel like it's connected to not just community, but also business and making money and financial stability and the inflow and the outflow of money and all that kind of stuff. What I feel like it means for us at the beginning of the week, I feel like the beginning of the week is a good time to really focus on finances and get things in order, and also to focus on and think about and kind of reflect on how we earn our money or how we make a living, and maybe asking yourself some questions about that if you feel like the way that you earn money is rewarding for you. Is the reward just the money itself, or is there other rewards to the work that you do? And also, does the work that you do contribute to your immediate community, or do you feel like it's kind of far removed from that? These are just some things to kind of sort of ponder and think about, because it feels like this is an important week to kind of get your ducks in a row, kind of get organized, and if you need to make some changes, start thinking about what changes you need to make. And then as we get into the middle of the week, so kind of Wednesday, Thursday-ish, we have the Star. And I love the Star. This is my favorite major arcana card. And yeah, what can I say about the Star? The Star is about, in a way, she's about letting go. And if you look at the woman on this card, she has both her hands open and she's letting go of, water is flowing out of her hands. And she's open to receiving energy as well. And what's interesting is when you want to open yourself to receive something, you kind of have to be in this open, receptive state. And to do that, you also kind of have to let go of things as well. If you're holding on to things, you're in a tense kind of holding pattern, and it's hard to be open to new things. And I feel like this can apply to money and earning money, earning a living, but it can apply to all kinds of things. It can apply to health and happiness and well-being, and making changes in your life and welcoming in new people, new experiences, new things, new opportunities. I don't know if you hear that noise, but it's it's Luna. She's being really silly. She's playing with the blind thingy. She's such an interesting cat. She's very affectionate, but she's also kind of a lone ranger. She can entertain herself, and she's not needy. Anyway, just got sidetracked there. So yeah, so back to the Star. This is about being open to new things, being open to receive, but also at the same time letting go of things. So I feel like this week is a good time to maybe let go of any kind of hang-ups you might be having, anything, any resentments you're holding on to, any expectations or beliefs that you feel are getting in the way. And just ask yourself, you know, how can I let go more? How can I be more like the star who's just relaxed and open? She's ready to receive all the good things coming to her. You know, how can you be like her? And then at the end of the week, so the weekend, we have the King of Rods, aka the King of Wands. He's such a powerful figure, and actually this is a very powerful reading. All of these cards are strong, confident cards, and they all feel like they're well grounded, kind of almost, I want to say, stable cards, which is interesting. And I'm trying to think back to what cards showed up for us last week, and I can't remember what they are. I should have watched the reading before I did this video. So here we have the King of Rods. Now, the King of Rods is, he's a very confident figure. I almost feel like out of all the kings, he is in some ways the most confident. He's also adventurous, and what the big frustration that the king has is he has to be somewhat responsible and stable, yet he also has this adventurous side. Think of him as the Knight of Wands grown up with more responsibility and maturity. And so I feel like what he's telling us is that this weekend is about kind of letting your wild side out a little bit, being adventurous, being spontaneous, but at the same time finding a sort of balance between that and still being responsible and not totally being totally crazy and irresponsible. I feel like there's a few other things with him that I want to touch on too. Like, I think of him as being very career driven. He's someone who really goes after the things that he's passionate about and the things that light him up. So I see there's kind of a connection between the first card and the last card about work and the work that you do in the world. I feel like he's really encouraging you to get in touch with the things that really inspire you and the kind of work that you really want to do, and ask yourself if you're doing that work and to what extent are you doing that work. Could you ramp it up a little bit, or are you good where you're at? Okay, so I want to zoom out. I'm going to look at all three cards together. I'm looking for repeating themes. I'm looking for anything that's standing out. Interestingly, my attention is drawn to this little character here. He's got his hands clasped kind of in front of his chest. And then with the star, she has her hands out. I feel like there's this, oh my goodness, look at this kitten. Scoot, what are you doing? What are you doing, Scoot? You're wrecking the reading. So I feel like there's this shift from holding and clasping onto something. And because his hands are at his heart, I'm thinking heart chakra, emotional stuff, relationships. And then there's a difference between that and then the hand pattern of the star, of this opening up. If I could sum these cards up, I would say this week is about doing some letting go, some releasing, and opening up to receive, you know, the good things that can come your way if you let go and kind of relax a little bit. But it's also about taking responsibility for your finances, putting yourself in the driver's seat. So the King of Rods, you almost want to become like him, you know, responsible, he's got his shit together, he knows what he wants, he knows what he's doing, and kind of embodying that character, but balancing it out with a little bit of this star-like character, this relaxed, kind of receptive sort of way of being. So I hope that made sense. I hope that wasn't totally confusing. I hope that added up. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this reading helpful. And my name's Kate, and you can find out more about tarot cards on my website, dailytarotgirl.com.